folks, it's Jim from the Movie Wine, and with Park Chan-wook's first English language film, Stoker, out this weekend, I thought I'd take a look back at his cult film, Oldboy. On the day of his daughter's birthday, Dae-soo gets completely drunk and is arrested. His best friend releases him from a police station, and while calling home from a phone booth, Dae-soo vanishes. He has been abducted and imprisoned in a room for 15 years with nothing but a bed, a television set, and a supply of fried dumplings to keep him going. While watching television, Dae-soo sees a report where he is wanted for the murder of his wife. Counting the years and getting in shape, Dae-soo, using a pair of chopsticks, starts to dig a tunnel, planning his escape. One day, he is suddenly released and has received clothes, money, and a phone, and meets the Japanese chef, Mido, who takes Dae-soo in, feeling a connection to the man and his pain. Now free, or at least in his imagination he is, Dae-soo seeks 5 things. He wants to know who kidnapped him, why he was kidnapped, where is his daughter? Why was he released? And of course, he wants revenge on his captors. But his questions and curiosity may get the better of him as he tries to connect the dots of his past. The less said, the better for your enjoyment in the case that you haven't seen this. Oldboy is for the most part a downright perfect film. Yes, some of the investigating is questionable, but that's hardly the point of the film. Seeing from Dae-soo's point of view, played to perfection by Choi Min-sik, we are just as lost as he is. We are never ahead of him, thus we are never bored, as Chan-wook is setting up the dominoes well ahead of time. From a simple buffoon to a certified badass, we buy Dae-soo's determination. He's pissed at least enough to eat a live octopus to make him feel rejuvenated. Kang Han-yu doesn't have a whole lot to do aside from whimper, but never to the point where she is annoying, and many of her scenes with Choi are surprisingly tender. Lee Woo-jin is menacing as Yoo Ji-tae, a mysterious figure from Dae-soo's past who is responsible for the kidnapping. Granted, there is a bit of an age gap between the two, which makes it somewhat distracting when you find out how these two know each other, but it's not enough to detract from the film itself. Ji-tae's plan might be a little complex where certain things have to play out just right, but you're better off not asking too many questions, and Chan-wook tells it with such confidence that it hardly matters with kinetic editing and arresting camera work. One action beat involves Dae-soo fighting several people with all that he has in one long, unbroken shot. At times, foreign films can be inaccessible for American audiences, and there are some awkward sexual underlayers to this film that may rub people off the wrong way, but this film should win any skeptic over for its fixation of the past. There's also the concept of revenge, a universal one. Some of the best revenge films glorify the retribution while we, the viewer, take joy in it as well. Oldboy is one of those rare films that shows the repercussions of revenge not on the victim, but the one applying the just desserts. In other words, some things are just better left alone. An American remake is set to come out later this year, starring Josh Brolin and Elizabeth Olsen. The man behind the camera is controversial filmmaker Spike Lee, who is certainly an interesting, if not somewhat of an odd choice, and one who will hopefully provide something fresh and different that it works on its own while still paying respect to the original. In any case, if you haven't watched Park Chan-wook's cult classic, you must. That's it from the Movie Line. Have a good day, folks. Until next time.